on this episode of Not Knowing Your Core Audience, we have this from the Telegraph. A quote from Jodi Whittaker, the second worst doctor in the Doctor Who franchise of all time. She has the stones to say, boys didn't look up to a female Doctor Who. Let's pretend for a second that she's right. That the boys out there did not care to see Doctor Who as a female. Why would you make her a female then? If your core audience, let's just say, if you're looking at what your core audience is, and it must be mostly male demographic, it clearly must be, because clearly the women did not make the Jodi Whittaker Doctor Who a massive streaming success, or whatever the hell the BBC does these days to measure their ratings or their worth. They did not go out of their way to make this show, this season, an absolute success. Just how, like, the LGBTQ LMNOP community did not make the Shooty Gatwick one the greatest and most Yas Queenest ratings explosion of all human history. Which makes me question, if you have a core audience, let's just assume it's straight white men. Those are the biggest Doctor Who fans out there, just all straight white men. Why would you make the main character a female? Wouldn't you want to say, hey, it's worked out for 60 years this way? That's the craziest thing. Doctor Who, I just did a video a couple days ago. The Shooty Gatwick one, lowest rated, lowest viewership in the 60-year history of Doctor Who. Why do you think? You changed up everything. You catered to a modern-day audience that is non-existent. And you survived just by patting yourself on the ass and saying what a great job you did. So ultimately, in the end, without repeating myself 1,000 times, I can't understand. Just imagine for a second. You're in the room of people running Doctor Who. And you're looking at, okay, we got a new season going on here. We gotta breathe some life into this show that's been massively successful for 60 years. We have to go bigger and bolder and better. You know what we should do? Let's put a female as the Doctor. Does that sound like a good idea? These places, they're all tone deaf. I hope they all fail. That's the best part of the timeline we're living in right now. We are watching historically successful franchises, historically successful businesses crumble. We're watching them all crumble in real time because they think they know more than their core audience. Unbelievable. So to her quote, boys didn't look up to a female Doctor Who. You're damn right they didn't. You can call them sexist, you can call them misogynistic, you can call them whatever you want. They're still not going to watch it. I have no obligation to watch something that I could choose not to watch. That's what the most funniest part about this is, though. You're trying to shame people into liking your show, and all you've done is just turn them away. As soon as I saw they casted a female, I'm like, oh, well, show's over. Nope. They're going in a completely different direction. And then they got the Shooty Gatwick one, and man, oh, I loved it from a review standpoint. That was just gold for me. That was just a hysterical time watching the Doctor Who show and thinking, this is really what they did. Disney really bought the rights to get this thing on Disney Plus, and it tanked so hard. So hard that I wouldn't be shocked if Season 2 was canceled. You know what? Hell, they should cancel it. But, in the end, what do you guys think about that?
We remade you, twisted and torn, a shadow of what you were born. We break his heart, we make you fall, just pawns in our return.